What's up, B.N.H family? Back once again, and today we got Larry the Legend, Larry Bird's stories that proves he's the best trash talker. Man, I've been reading the comments. You guys love Larry Bird. You know he's a legend. You know I appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the subscribes I've been getting. So we're gonna get into it. You know, trash talking that's a part of the game. All the greats did it. MJ, Magic, Kobe. I don't know about LeBron. LeBron wasn't a big trash talker. At least I don't think. I don't think he is. I never heard too many stories about him. But you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man.
You supposed to be a great defender, right? And I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts.
I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that cone. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
And that's exactly what he did.
If he tell you gonna hit a shot in a certain place, he gonna do just that and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Been a better player each step I took. I was able to look more than the other guys. I had a green light. I could make plays, but I always knew early on, especially when I was a junior, senior high school, that probably the outcome of the game was going to depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton, a venomous trash talker. And I asked him who the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered. He said Larry Bird.
Oh, no question.
Bird talk shit like we talk.
Let me tell y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man. I'm gonna go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that cone. And it's gonna be your Christmas present. I'm gonna wrap it up and bust your head open.
Bird was
All that
gangster.
shit.
He told me, young fella, let me tell you something. I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. You supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now, you're not gonna shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm gonna take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be this jumper. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him. And he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was gonna do? And he turned around, raised up, and it was all drawn.
Man, that story right there. Bird was a savage, y'all. Bird is a savage. You know, I know y'all probably get tired of me like doing the Jordan and Bird comparisons, but you gotta admit, their stories, like the way other basketball players talk about them is like real similar. Like it's like there's some, like they talk about them like in a way with a lot of respect. Like they just some straight, just savages, just killers on the court, trash talkers, but they bag it up. Like you don't hear them stories about no other players except maybe Kobe. It's like Kobe, Bird, and Jordan. Them the only ones you hear about those crazy stories. Like guys like, oh, I bet you I'll shoot this with my eyes closed, or I'm gonna make this shot right here and you can't stop me, or I'm gonna go left 5 times and I bet you, you know what I'm saying? Them the only 3 players you hear those type of stories about. But let's get back into it.
Shit, I ain't gonna mess with you no more.
He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Yeah.
The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Hold on.
Bird didn't talk trash to you.
Hold on. That
Man,
fake was
everybody be
crazy.
talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Right.
Yeah. The shit, man. He'll give it to you any.
Was that the Pistons? Oh boy, that fake was cold. Man, looked like he dislocated his knee right there.
way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh
did he?
my God, Bird talked trash to everybody. I always tell the story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. But he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me.
Larry said, I'm insulted that they would put
that's
a sorry dude like you on me. He said, no, I don't even want to play no more. He would drop the ball and take a turnover. And I'm looking at this guy like,
What?
he's nuts, you know?
The story goes that when he played against Denver, they had a guy named John Hansley, a white guy, a really good defender, right?
Okay.
They put him on Larry, and Larry was weighing his ass out. And Larry would run by the bench and tell Doug Moe, who was the coach, get him off me. That's disrespectful. Put a black guy on me. Because when he played,
No. Bird was doing like that. Man. Bird is a savage. Oh my God. Hey, but you know what? You know what that is? Like the reason why you hear about only a certain few players like these type of stories because they put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really put the work in, like off season, during season, after season, you know what I'm saying? Just just really putting the work in, you get that confidence and you're going to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to talk shit because you know nobody's working harder than you at your craft. So you're going to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's only a certain few players that talk a lot of shit and back that shit up. So salute the Bird, man. He hey, that was a funny ass.
In the day, that's all he played against was brothers. So he was like, I had to torch his ass so they understand.
And Larry got on the roll, started shooting the balls, and every shot was going in. All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league, and Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, "Hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me?" He goes, "So nobody out here can." Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
Along with Steve Jones and Rick Barry, this is Bob Neal, just moments before the American Airlines Sheraton long-distance shootout.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the
nobody
first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous.
Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You knew the guys, but you never were around them. And nobody's really saying anything, so I walk in and look around, and
then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
And says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
Excuse me?
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad.
What you walked in there? What were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys?
I know going into that, I remember in the locker room, Robert said something that there's no way in the hell I was going to win that 3-point contest. So I knew right then I had to win it.
That check's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out.
That wasn't luck.
Normal Bird rhythm going for him. Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to beat 15. That's 8, make it 9, and 10.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault.
If you put in the work,
could have money coming. The truth is,
you could talk trash.
At 11 as we're counting. 13.
A huge rack that time for Bird.
He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo! Larry Bird at the buzzer.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that ball.
Man, Bird got so much swag though. He out there with the warm-up jacket on, just like who gonna come in second?
He's going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He didn't take off his top yet. I didn't see when he took off his top.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
He had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip, I'm going to play this with left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
And it was at a time when, McHale was still coming off the bench.
And so Larry scores his 6th point on a left-handed shot.
And I'll never forget him.
That's something I didn't know. I didn't know McHale came off the bench. I think they said that last video. But yeah, I didn't know that though.
He yells out.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
And at the end of 3 quarters, I get 27 points left-handed.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one.
He could hold all these things in his head during the game.
That's crazy, though. Just, how, but that's what I'm saying. He's so confident in his ability because he practiced his left hand. It ain't like that was some random shit like, oh, I'm just going to go shoot left. You know what I'm saying? And never practice it. That dude put in, like I just said, he put in the work. He probably threw up probably after he shoot regular about 500 times, he'll go back in the gym and shoot left-handed about 200 times. You know what I'm saying? So he's confident, man, and he put the work in. That's what it's all about.
So he'd have a shooting drill at the old Boston Garden.
4:30 in the afternoon. I was an early guy. I'd set up early. The garden would be dark.
You know, late in the afternoon by himself, dark garden. Come out with an equipment guy and just do the perimeter, shoot for half hour. All you heard was swishing.
If he missed a shot during that thing, he'd say that the Bull Gang set up something wrong with the rim. You know, otherwise that would have gone in.
I'd get there early, plug in my Stone Age computer right next to the bench. He'd come over, he'd call me Scoop, he'd say, Scoop, what are you working on? I'm saying, I'm doing an early story.
Then I'd say, well, I'm doing an early edition newspaper story about your free throw streak.
You are approximating the NBA record for consecutive free throws, so don't miss one tonight or I'll look bad in the paper.
Sure enough, first half, he goes to the line for two, and the foul line is lined up right where we're sitting if he looks over.
He's at the line. He makes the first.
He looks over and winks at me.
He looks over and winks at me before he makes the second. I mean, guys don't do that today. And he would...
Always thinking about these things. It's like paying off a bet in the middle of a game. He was doing two things at once.
Well, you had the Bird night.
I
had
the Bird
night.
Yeah.
Bird.
That
was a tough
Bird,
night.
I see why they call him Larry Legend.
Nobody was guarding Bird.
He's a legend. He's
Well,
like,
we're trying,
like
you know, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots. It's in that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says,
"It's off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from?" And he just made one after another, and he just tortured us mentally. That game, he tortured all of them.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer. And, yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what that remind me of? I don't know if y'all remember this old commercial of Jordan and Bird, and they used to and they would hit these crazy shots. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, and they'd be betting like, okay, it's like they're like playing horse. He'd be like off the Raptors, off the backboard, nothing but net. And then Jordan would shoot, okay, off the scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? It was a commercial, and they kept going back and forth. So, man, but that shows you that even back then, it told like them were the two. Them was them guys. Jordan, Bird and Jordan.
He said
they both the goats.
In the trainer's lap, coming down the court, he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and he knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think,
and Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever because back then, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times.
And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other.
Oh, hell.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta bench.
They got fined for that, I heard.
Yeah. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench.
Man, them dudes look hurt.
Watch Cliff Levingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
Fratello wouldn't let it go. It just kept
rewinding.
Showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that.
Man, you're great when the other team is just going crazy. You can't deny it. You can't deny greatness. It don't even matter if you hate the guy or whatever. You just can't deny it, man. Like if you're great, you're great. You just gotta salute. You gotta salute that.
Yeah, and so it was a bad night.
The first game against Larry Bird, it was shocking. And I'm a rookie, I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. First play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a three. I was pissed. I said, I wasn't mad he hit the three. But this just called me Holmes.
Dude, Larry Bird is Larry Bird is funny. Hey, he was clowning
and
these
so
dudes.
It's set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, Hey, Rook. I said, what? He said, I like you. You know, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. You know? He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, you know, back then, you know, as a rookie, you know, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
It was funny, the first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. You know? And he came down, it was funny, he came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team, and Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, Mark, I'm going to go down, I'm going to come off the screen, I'm going to catch it right there, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to shoot it in the rookie's face, and then I'm going to run down the floor. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened.
But did he talk to you, or you weren't good enough?
He talked through me. He never addressed me.
I love that.
Like I wasn't even there.
And did Mark West going?
Mark was like, all right,
okay,
yeah,
all right.
You probably will. Good luck.
And then he did.
He did it.
Well,
There was nothing I could do about it.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot in a certain place, or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he going to do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
These guys came in together. And
ain't nothing you can do about it. Yeah, man, Bird is something else, man.
One, there's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting a three-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the three-pointer.
Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
So he's very upset with that. So I diagrammed the play. He says, head with the play, Case. Hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay. Shit. All right. Dennis, you take the ball out, give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
Celtics are down by.
You gotta admit, it's so eerily similar. It's like their stories, I just hate to say it because this is a Larry Bird video, but it's just so similar to stories. Cause you gotta admit, don't that remind you when Doug Collins was like, just give the ball to Jordan, everybody else get the F out the way. It's like, these are the GOATs. Them two are the GOATs. Like I say, that tells you when you got a player who just talks a lot of, but see, they're trash talking. Like it's two different types of trash talk. Like you could talk trash just being disrespectful and shit. That's not basketball. But the trash talking when you're just saying, oh, I'm gonna do this to you, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. That's greatness. That means you're like super confident in your abilities and you put your work in. So, yeah, man.
2 points.
It's
and
crazy
Bird
listening to these
is
stories.
out by the three-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny Hott.
He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says,
yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a three on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
And, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then he just turns around and shoots a perfect three.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stops running to the locker room.
As he continues on to the dressing room.
Then he just turns around and shoots a perfect three.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stops running to the locker room.
As he continues on to the dressing room. Now, that's what you call arrogance.
Larry Bird was a savage. He said that's what you call arrogance? Larry Bird is a savage. Oh, my God.
And from that time, I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And in case he would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no. I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
High game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
Quick question. Did Larry Bird used to gamble? Was he like a gambler? Let me know.
Timeout, I'm going through a play. And about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. If he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know, I'm going to be waiting. And he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that...
Man.
He came out when right about that exact spot and shot a shot right in my face. And, you know, he was like, I didn't...
Man, that is cool. You know how great you got? I mean, just to be that confident to say, on a last-second shot, I'm going to get the ball right there, and I'm going to shoot it and make it, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And then go out and do it. Man, that's...
You leave 2 seconds on the clock. I went
great.
back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird is one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner. And I'm going to catch it, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ?
the late, great DJ.
Yeah.
You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get one step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. So I got one step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good.
Take the ball out, man crow right to the corner, caught the
Man, these stories is crazy.
It's like, are you effing kidding me?
And he turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
And he was saying in such a calm way that you didn't think it was trash.
Damn! Hey, Larry was funny with it, though. He wasn't just talking shit. He was funny, though. Oh. He said you did all that running for nothing.
But it's trash talking. You're not going to tell me you're going to go over there and shoot the ball in my face. That's trash talking. But he would tell you before the play even started.
He'd tell you where he's going. He'd tell you when he catches it, there's nothing you can do about it. And it was great trash talking because it wasn't vulgar. I mean, he wasn't pounding his chest. You can just be standing next to him. You know, I would jump out and try to block a shot on rotation, and he'd say, Scott.
You jump high, but you don't jump that high. You can't get this.
Scott, you're a little too late.
Scott, you're not getting that. Why are you even jumping? Why are you running out here? But it was all game.
He'd say something like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I mean, he talked the whole game, and it was, you know, after the game and after years of thinking about it, you're like, man, that dude, why he's one of the greatest players ever played.
He was ridiculous. He came on here. Our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game because he did everything, points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic, because I asked a lot of questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions. What actually happened there? What did you feel there and why? You know, Bird tough to defend, why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So it's like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing, you know what I mean?
You know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people used to always talking about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. Whatever you were saying, for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah, I never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State.
See, that's the difference between skill and just athleticism. You know, I mean, he is an athlete, trust me. I mean, I don't care what nobody say, but skill if you're like really skilled, you can get a shot off. You don't have to be fast. You don't have to be athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what separates the good from the great players. Like if you can mix being skilled and athletic, you can't be stopped. Like like to compare like today, like look at a player like Luka Doncic. You know, Luka Doncic he's not fast, he's not quick, he doesn't jump high, but he's skilled. You know what I'm saying? He's highly skilled. He knows like how to make separation. He knows when to, you know, he just knows like how to get to his spots. You know what I'm saying? Like he just knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to make separation without even dribbling the ball. He knows how to use his pivot. Like that's all skill. So like that's where like when a lot of people they like to like clown the older school players. I think older school players like were more skilled because back then the colleges, they usually play like 4 years in college, and a lot of those colleges was like, it ain't like the colleges today, because even in college they're not really teaching you like all the skills because they know the players is only going to be there for like 1 year. But back then they was really teaching like fundamental skills. They was like really preparing you for the league. You know what I'm saying? Because that athleticism shit, that's something you can't coach. That's just either you got it or you don't. That's something you do in your own time. But skill, that's something you learn in practice and just, repetition. But let's get back into it.
Playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP, and we're big rivalries. So I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the strike. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. Here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Have you ever thought
Man, these Larry Bird stories are the best. He said, damn, that brother could play. And then he saw the picture, was like, what? I thought that was like the Harlem man. I thought that was Magic Johnson.
carrying a handgun for your family's safety? In today's
Larry
world,
Bird was
unpredictability
different.
seems to be the only constant.
Larry, they wasn't be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
People always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up in that round. But Larry Bird was cold. I don't think nobody ever could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird. And then you remember Larry Bird took 2 more years, and then he quit because he said his main guy who he wanted to play against is gone.
I'm going to tell this story. We're in LA, and I'm hurt. I got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight. So I can't play against the Celtics. I'm killing myself. Larry's warming up. The anthem is sung and get introduced. And right before they go out on the court, Larry comes down. He says, you know what? Since you're here, I'm going to put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? Don't worry. I'm going to put a show on for you. And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. Want to hear that? That's Celtics and the Lakers. And he went out. I think he scored 38 points, about 20 rebounds, about 15 assists.
Damn.
And every shot he would shoot, he would turn to me. Every time he hit one, he'd look at me. And I said, boy.
Oh, he blew a kiss?
The thing about it that I love about
Larry Bird
is that most guys talk trash and can't back it up. But Mr. Bird, you can back your trash talking up.
Because he put in the work.
And last but not least, I'm gonna say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. Do you know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you? Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever
Man,
be
that's homage, man. That's a
another
compliment right
Larry
there.
Bird. And so
Man,
this
that's
is
facts,
mine, and I
man.
signed it to you, to the greatest basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever. I love you, I respect you, and I admire you.
Man. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the best videos I've seen so far on any athlete. Them was some, them was some good. He got some good stories. Like this. Yeah. Hey, thanks for letting me know about this video. I forgot who that was, but in the comments, a couple people was asking me to react to this. Man, Larry Bird's a goat, man. But like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.